Welcome back. We are here with more league. We've already got draft started here, but this is against the GVSU Lakers. I forget what GVSU stands for.
Grand Valley State.
Grand Valley State. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. These bands here are interesting. We see an Urgot band. I don't think I've seen Urgot band in like forever.
Quick
Like
too. I think they're targeting the top laner. I can't lie to you.
Olaf is a decent band at the very least. Yeah, they're definitely scared of the top laner if we're seeing Kled, Urgot, and Olaf all banned. Hawaii makes sense. Hawaii is kind of
Way is
annoying.
so annoying.
He's so annoying on mid lane.
I
And it's
hate
it's
him.
like it's not even that he's a good champ. It's just early game. I don't think there's a whole lot you can really do against him with most kits. It's just
You
in
just
that
get
point
outraged.
you just quite literally just fall behind in the early game, and then you're struggling in the mid game. And if your character isn't already strong in the mid or late game, then you're just screwed the whole game.
Yep. Way is very fun to play against.
The Syndra Ari ban kind of sucks for CSU though. Well, I guess Kai'Zix doesn't really play a whole lot of Ari anymore, but
I'm kind of surprised to see Grand Valley lock in Renata so early in the draft. Renata is kind of a champion you pick if they are very like AD heavy. And now that you see that, if you're CSU, you just don't play like a lot of auto attacking champs. I'm not sure how much value they'll get from the Renata.
they might get a lot here. We only have a Silas on the AP side of things unless we run. I mean, really just stall Skarner with like the passive effects from items, which I don't think they're going to be doing because we're not Skarner top lane. We're Skarner jungle here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe it'd be Mbessa top, Skarner jungle. Could be
And
wrong
Bessa
though.
can jungle. And
Yeah,
Bessa can jungle. But I don't think it's a great idea. Swain top lane's pretty terrifying. Um,
is it Swain top?
I don't actually know.
I
It
think it'd
might
be
also
Renekton
I don't
top, Swain to mid maybe.
ADC, potentially.
Where would Varus be then? Varus mid.
Renata could be mid actually. Renata's
Renata
had kind
mid
of a
is
mid
not good.
renaissance.
Renata mid is
It's
not
had a
good.
renaissance. I've seen the U.GG.
Oh
She's
god.
had a resonant. I can't speak anymore.
Maybe it's for the better. You'd be spreading misinformation if you could.
Go to UGG. U.GG. It's on there.
Trust me, I've played it before. It's not good.
Um. Yeah, no, Renekton's definitely probably top lane though. I don't think Renekton can do anything else.
I think Swain it has to be either Swain or Varus mid lane. There's no way it's Renata mid lane.
Yo, watch it be Swain ADC.
That's what I think it might be.
This is some whack team from GVSU. I don't even know what's going on.
It wouldn't
CSU
shock me if
obviously
it's
like
mid
would
lane.
tell what's going on. Jinx Braum very strong right now. It's kind of like Caitlyn Braum last season in the sense of it's just Braum is just a strong support in general. It's always been a problem. It will forever be like one of the best supports you could play right now.
Brahm's very good at almost all
Yeah,
times.
I mean, his damage reduction is just insane. I think the only thing that really counters Braum is like probably Bard, Ashe, depending on what the ADC is playing. What's her name? What's the ADC that starts with S?
Samira.
Yeah,
Sivir.
Samira could do some damage. Not severe. Samira definitely
Severe?
can do some dive damage.
Yeah, he does that.
I haven't said the name on the top right of the screen yet, so
Yeah, good. Keep it that way.
keep it that way. Just wait until Kisa's on the screen.
Oh god. Thank goodness she's not very good right now. Well, she's
Listen,
okay.
you can ask Kai'Zix, all of his fans, all of his friends that were watching the stream, like what, 3 or 4 semesters ago now, would just sit there and laugh at the way that I would pronounce some of these names.
That maybe that's a sign you should change, but who am I to say?
It's entertainment value. It's entertainment value. I love just getting DMs from like random people on Discord being like, why are you pronounced this way?
I think as a team fight comp, I like CSU's
Saki
more.
fused. One of our esteemed viewers, Taki Fuse, used to clip it. It was great.
Oh God.
Wherever Taki Fuse is, I hope you're watching today, buddy. All right, here we go. We're getting started, I think. Oh no, we got
Spectator delay. Let's
2
go.
minutes.
But yeah, CSU, I think they have a stronger team fight comp. The Verisol is pretty useful in team fights going against CSU. They do have a lot of like brawlers, so you might get a lot of value out of that Verisol depending on when it's used. Same with they might get a lot of like stun time out of the Renata R unless they hit the Jinx with it. I don't think it'll end up like single-handedly killing anyone, but I think
the biggest threat is obviously the Renata going against the Jinx. We're gonna need the Jinx to carry here. The other thing though that we want to look for here, mainly going on, is Brom's gonna take up a lot of space. He's gonna have to be the sacrificial pawn here for CSU for this comp to really work into playing against GVSU. But I think the biggest thing here is actually the Skarner from CSU. If the Skarner can get a heavy lead or even just tie with the gold gain and the objective values that this Viego is going to get, then late game, the Skarner is just going to be able to waltz all over the Viego, just take up space, start invading jungle, start, kind of getting a bit more arrogant in the way that they're positioning themselves. Obviously, you don't just, play Skarner and charge into a 1v3.
Yeah.
But, like, if you know the Viego's by themselves or there's somebody by themselves and you would just want to take up space so somebody else can move in behind you and start to do stuff, that's exactly what Skarner's good for. And all of a sudden, you can just pull an E, do the tech that allows you to basically pull a 180, and now you have them pinned between yourself and your teammate. And they can't really do anything about it unless they have Ghost.
Yeah, CSU also has a very good, 1v1 split pushing comp with the Mbessa Silas, because you're going to have to commit if you're Grand Valley to stop those late game, depending on how the game goes.
I think the Mbessa is going to be... The Mbessa is definitely going to be focused on the split pushing there, especially with Grasp of Undying. That's exactly what you see with Mbessa split pushing right now in the meta. I think in this team comp, we need the AP from Silas in team fights. We need that. So I think the Silas here is going to be mainly focused on, doing that damage that CSU needs to be seeing. We're getting started here. Mbessa immediately picking up Oracle Lens.
Let's go. Jason went for Ignite here over Flash, hoping to play aggressive, I'd assume.
Most likely.
Ignite also pretty high value against Renekton. Especially
Beard's weird.
Ult.
Like, no thank you. I am out of here. Getting that slow there on the Varus might actually have saved them some damage here. But yeah, we're going to start to see them fall back. They don't want to stay where they're at. They know that Silas is kind of doing his thing. They might actually backstab Silas here. Yep, that's what's going to happen here.
Actually a good spot for CSU right now.
They might actually get a kill out of this.
Get
okay,
flash,
no, yes.
Kill.
There we go. Get Jason the kill. That's a good assist as well. That's going to get some CSU a lot of gold, actually. That's 400
And
gold in
another
total
flash.
spread across the team. That's a really bad blunder if you're GVSU there.
Yeah,
especially if
Viego-
you're the jungler.
Viego got really greedy. He had his base done, and he just canceled it to try and get the poke onto Kha'Zix and cost him his life and his flash.
Kha'Zix was also walking into the bush, so...
Well, I think his
I don't
channel was pretty
know.
much done.
His channel was pretty much done. I don't know if it would have canceled the channel if Kha'Zix hit him, though. But... I don't think it would have unless Kha'Zix hit him with the grapple. Still, yeah, no, that was really greedy. Especially knowing that there could be, there's a Skarner right around the corner somewhere.
And Bessa up there.
Yeah. And Bessa walking down from top lane, most likely.
Didn't have
That bush was not the right bush. That bush was not the
yeah.
right bush.
Not the best place to base.
There is the Renekton just diving on Jason on top lane right now.
Yeah, Renekton's very strong early. did get the level advantage. He's one of my least favorite champions to lane against whenever I get filled top, just because he's such a big lane bully.
Just play Vayne or Gnar, and
That's
you can't really
so
do a whole
lame. I'm not doing that.
I'm a Gnar name or Gnar main.
You share Gnar's one brain cell.
That's why I play Gnar. Like, I think the only two characters that I really consistently play on top lane, actually I have three. It's Camille, Gnar, and Kayle. And even then, the only one I'm good at is Gnar.
Yeah, I'm not good at any of them. That's why I get filled there and don't queue there.
Yeah, Swain is actually mid, so you did call it that on that one.
That used to be his primary position a couple years ago, was either mid or support. And now he's kind of all over the place. You can play him literally anywhere besides jungle and it'll work.
He got overtuned.
Yeah.
It's not overtuned to the point to where he's like very powerful. It's more so overtuned to the point to where he's just super versatile.
He's like Gragas. Gragas can be played in like 4 different lanes and it'll work.
Tell me why Gragas is faster than what's his name?
Because he's Gragas.
Corki, that's his name.
He's Gragas, who knows, man.
Corki's flying a plane, and he's slower than Gragas.
I wish I
right.
knew. I hate that guy. Just
Gragas
don't
or Corki? Because I hate both
Gragas.
of them.
Well, Corki I'm neutral towards. I like see him once every 3 years, so.
Meanwhile, I get traumatized by Corkis every single time I play support. CSU doing really well in the bot lane here to kind of just space some things out, doing some poke damage, good poke damage to the Varus. Overall, I don't think there's gonna. It's kind of a stalemate. We do see a little bit more peel ahead there in terms of the CPS there from CSU's side versus GVSU's Grand Valley, but it's pretty much neck and neck on bot lane. I think the only major lead CSU has right now is on the mid lane.
Yeah, now we're seeing Jason kind of winning these trades, and he should be able to win the trades until 6. He might have to play a little more safe, try and bait out the Renekton ult once they hit 6.
I think when they hit 6, Renekton kind of starts to peel back a little bit until they start to hit like level 9 again in this matchup.
Well, when you're 6 on Renekton, you kind of just want to poke, and if they get over aggressive, you can just ult and completely turn the fight.
Oh, this is going to be bad for Kha'Zix if he decides to push with this wave, he could, okay, good. He's going to go ward instead. He's giving himself space. Now that he's warded on that bush, the appropriate maneuver there would be to stay near that ward and stay close to that side. He's actually going to walk down to the bush. That is very
lucky.
Lucky, yes, but also just very bold. He's actually going to go poke around a little bit. He might go get a gank here on top lane. He's going to get spotted, unfortunately.
TP coming in from Renekton.
Jason's going to just go out of there. Doesn't want to be caught up in any shenanigans. He's getting caught up in shenanigans. He's like, no more. I'm good.
That's what I was just talking about. Once Renekton hits 6, you can kind of just force a fight if they get aggressive.
Meanwhile, Beard kind of playing a more conservative jungle run here. He's going to go up, probably get the grubs, which were just nerfed in a small sense. I still think they're better to take than Drake, especially having to fight over.
Grubs are so much more valuable than Drake, in my opinion, especially early game.
Yeah, if you can get 6 of them, it's just so good. Even then, just having a 3 lead over the enemy is perfectly fine as well. I've seen and have won quite a few games where like we've had a skirmish over like the second wave of grubs and it just turns into the Herald, and we're just like, all right, well we got the first 3, we don't need these 3, let's just stall here until Herald and then walk away.
Yeah, I think the first 2 Drakes, you're not too upset if you lose them. The grubs you much rather have, in my opinion, because you can always get the 4 dragons later. You can't get the grubs later, and the grubs just provide more value than the Drakes, in my opinion, already. So
with the nerf, I think they're about equal value, but then it comes back to that whole, once they're gone, they're gone. You can't chase them later. So if you're gonna have to trade objectives, it's better to trade Drake over Void Grubs.
Beardwood picking out that E. Probably gonna come in for a gank here.
There he is. There he is.
Renekton's
gonna get
flash
the
is
slow
down.
He misses the R though. The Skarner Impale fails there. This is still gonna give. It did do a lot of damage. I do think Jason's gonna be better off in that lane now, though. Unless he flubs something and just miraculously loses a team fight. CSU manages to pull back out of there from the gank there from Diego. Isaac's actually walking down. He might actually lose this one. He's gonna lose this one.
Does that Swain ult?
I mean, Swain ult or not, it's not gonna save him from being double teamed by a Viego and a Swain. Even if he killed a Viego, the Swain would have killed him there.
1-for-1 wouldn't have been the end of the world.
No. Braum just walking up and being very up in people's faces right now. Really wanting to trade and getting the trade. What was that read, Tiger? Crazy read through the wall and just Varus's positioning. That was just uncalled for. You're gonna back. They have the opportunity to. They're not gonna lose a whole lot by backing here.
Renata used her W on herself at like 900 HP, and it kind of confused me because even if Varus couldn't have procced the effect, the return by death or whatever it's called, you still get the attack speed and movement speed bonuses from that. It might have helped keep them in that fight. Very interesting.
They could have traded Braum if they did that.
Yeah.
They could have traded Braum for Varus there if they did that, but
it was very interesting.
now, this bot lane is definitely very interesting. Oh, and we're just
Jungle invade. Might get the flash out here. Oh, guys, just like that a little greedy.
no, he's good. He's good. He does get the kill though. He's gonna trade for it though. Yeah, he's gonna trade for it.
Off of that though.
That's probably what he was going for. That's why he was getting so greedy there. All right, and here we go. We have the Swain coming down now.
Here.
Beardsbeard manages to get Aqualad out. Aqualad's still gonna die though. Beardsbeard might also pay for it. Unfortunately, has to use the flash. Swain could go down. Oh, it's so close. Beardsbeard just says, "No, I'm good. I'll walk away from this one."
Swain has so much health.
Beardsbeard just says, "No, I changed my mind. I actually like the idea of fighting a Renata Glass by herself."
Don't we all? Renata is like the most useless support by herself of all time. You can CC them, but you're not killing anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yumi?
Down.
No, Yumi can hold her own.
Yumi top lane against Mordekaiser. That's where it's at. Just kite Mordekaiser. They can't hit you.
I think Yumi AP build does more damage than Renata AP build, and it's really sad.
It does. It does. Late game, at least. Early game, Yumi's stats are terrible, but she has good scaling.
The only time Renata's stats are good are early game. Her base damage on her E is 200 on level 4. And then never reaches over 400. Renata are coming out from Kaizek.
It's actually huge. It's gonna possibly kill Kaizek though. He's gonna be able to get out. But Braum coming in, trying to do some things. We are seeing Rando there get a little bit overeager. That's gonna give Kaizek the kill. That was just an amazing bait there from Kaizek. Just like, hey, look at me. I'm low health. See me dancing over here? And of course, the Viego says, yeah, I like that. I want that.
It's gonna be 5 grubs for CSU.
That was definitely a worthwhile team fight for
Grand Valley
CSU
picked
there.
up 1 of the grubs before CSU engaged there. So not going to be 6-0, but still 5-1.
A 4
Pretty
lead is
good,
like
yeah.
I said before, a 3 lead over an enemy is still very beneficial because that's basically like another Drake buff that you'll get stacked. At least where the current patch is, it's the equivalent of a Drake buff.
CSU doing a pretty good job CSing here. It's got a 30 CS lead in the mid lane right now.
See the Drake spawn. I don't think this is a big one for CSU to take here. This is Cloud Drake, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is. And it's not a huge one to take, but you don't want to give up a 2-0 lead. So I might try and
2-0
fight
leads,
it, but
they could try to fight it.
they also see
I don't
the
think it's a
Viego
bad
top
one to
side.
lose, though. Yeah.
So
They could actually go for it. We do see Silas coming down on bot lane and getting some kills there.
Jason, our Beard Tutor's down there too.
Yeah, they're just gonna go straight for the Drake. They know that they're up there on top lane. Jason unfortunately gets sacrificed, but I think this is gonna be a quick Drake here. If they just engage on it like right now, that'd be awesome. Okay, this is just gonna be a solo from Beard's Weird. Interesting call out, but it makes sense. If we have everybody in positions on lane, they're probably gonna either assume Beard's Weird's invading
They do have vision of it,
or
though.
just farming.
That is a Grand Valley ward.
Oh yeah,
right
that
in
is
the
a
pit.
yeah. I didn't even notice that ward. So I don't know why they're not moving to contest this right now.
It's right there. What's that, dude?
Oh, we just also see a control ward right there.
Granada might be in trouble here. Oh, never mind, Impale is down.
Mountain Drake is definitely one that CSU is going to want to take for the Mbessa,
Yeah,
for the
very
just
good
basically
for
like
their
3
team
out of
yeah.
5 team members there benefit immensely from
It
the
helps
Mountain
Braum
Drake.
too.
That's the main reason why, really, is the Braum and the Skarner here, but it also helps Mbessa a ton, especially against this Renekton.
I mean, it even helps Silas.
It helps the whole team in a lot of ways. But in terms of pure scaling, it's mostly the Braum and the Skarner.
Aqualad might be in trouble here.
Huge combo there from CSU, though.
Renata gets blocked by the Braum.
Aqualad is just so low. He needs to get out. He's sticking around, though. He might try to pull an E off. Nope, I don't think anyone's going to need it there. Beard's Beard is going to go down, though. Tiger's just going to say no.
Might be in trouble.
He is in trouble. He's dead. Yeah.
He got a little overeager there. Went for the chase and kind of got punished for it. Jason picked up a solo kill topside meanwhile.
I don't think CSU's in a bad position, though. They did lose some gold gain there because of that botched fight, but I still think overall they're in the lead. I mean, looking at what Silas has in terms of items bought at the current moment, he's sitting on a decent amount of gold right now. He has to be, I mean.
Do we...
I would say at least like 2K.
We joined the draft late, but do we know if CSU picked Braum first or if they picked Renata first?
Braum was, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like CSU was picking first, so we probably picked Braum before the Renata.
That makes it even more confusing, though, Renata lock-in, because Braum could just block her ult and make it not do anything.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a like comfort character. Maybe this is like a one-trick pony support.
Man, I'm sorry.
Unless we're on
if you work
fearless
for
rules, that they
Renata.
just unless this is fearless rules, and this is just I don't know what's going on. but-
Renata's not in the best spot right now. Dude,
No,
going for a
she
2v1
is
here.
dead.
Big
Very
rocket.
much dead. I do think Braum could just walk up and kill the Renata by himself. But, oh, that is
Goodness,
just...
Jason got demolished.
We queued in just to watch Jason's health bar go from like 50% to 0 in about 1 second. CSU kind of struggling in the mid game here now, though.
Not too far
I think,
behind.
yeah, I do think they. Yeah, this is where we're gonna start seeing lane switches here. I do think we start to pick things back up in the late game here, though.
Do have a good late game team comp, especially with Jinx.
The only major threat for late game that they're gonna have is if this Varus, which I mean, this Varus has 8 kills. What? I just realized that this Varus has 8 kills.
Yeah. He's got all of the kills. They've kind of been.
Okay, so the
in.
Varus is definitely a threat. Because I was gonna say the only threats that they have is if the Varus gets fed, and I look down and the Varus is fed. And if the Swain, the Swain's always just gonna be a problem late game.
The later the game goes, the harder he gets to kill. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tiger can't really do a whole lot against this Varus by himself at the moment. He's really gonna need to depend on that Braum.
Oh my goodness, that was a long range SLR.
That was like that was like a tipper if we're playing Smash. That was just right on the edge of the hitbox practically. Jason really wanted the Viego.
Yeah.
Oh,
big rocket.
You know, he saw that coming from a mile away because he had vision on that. He could have sidestepped that. There was no reaction. He just kept going down the same direction.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought the rocket was gonna miss him. The hitbox is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean the hitbox is larger than you expected to be. But you could have absolutely have sidestepped that.
Blocked camera warrior.
We are seeing this tower fall here, unfortunately.
Perfect.
Luckily, though, the minion gets credit for it, so that means whoever was left on that's not going to get a lot of the monetary value. Which honestly is ideal, because I think that tower going down, if Renekton got the last, or a close hit on that tower before it went down, I think that would have jumped their economies to be about matching again.
Both teams rotating towards Dragon here. Both wanted Mountain Drake.
Yeah,
There's
I
the
think
R block for Renata.
that's the suppression there. I mean, he was unfortunately rooted, but still, that's a good suppression. That was like two
Huge
people,
rocket.
Double
Then
kill
it's
there.
trade
That's
with
going to
the
be a
Barret.
trade.
Just a 4v2 now. And this should be Drake for CSU.
And yeah, Kha'Zix just kills this. There's no way you get away from Kha'Zix. I like how the Swain's just like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'm good. Just the full sustain build Swain and does not even decide to engage.
Yeah, Renata got caught really out of position there. And then kind of not much teamfight potential when you don't have the Renata R for Grand Valley. So they kind of just got plowed down from there.
Didn't the Renata R get blocked by Braum?
It did get blocked by Braum.
Yeah. I think that was the big just kind of like, no you kind of thing from Braum.
I wish Renata was good.
We do have Ruinous. If CSU somehow loses Ruinous, I do think that'll turn the tides there for Grandview.
I mean, if you take... Ruinous doesn't give you much value unless you're going to go for a Baron or something right after.
I think it'll give them enough value to at least tie the score here, bring things back to equal footing. Unless things continue to spiral, because things are looking like they're spiraling here for Grandview.
I think Ruinous is something that I personally like trying to hold until we're about to fight for some bigger objective. Because you can melt objectives with the Ruinous.
Yeah. It's very great if you just want to go down mid lane after claiming it and just take 2 towers, because that's also a thing you can do with it.
Flip pushers dreams. Like Yorick, don't tell him there's Ruinous in his game.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Kha'Zix
Maybe, I don't know.
No, they're going for
Kha'Zix. They're going for Kha'Zix. They just accidentally hit
Jason
Ruinous.
might also be dead here. Oh, I know Beardred's coming in.
Yeah, Jason's dead. Beard Druid might also be dead here. Never mind, Braum's
We're
gonna
not
come in.
R. We're gonna see Tiger cleanse that. Gonna pick up the kill on the Viego. Still a winnable fight.
I mean, so long as the Braum's standing, anything's winnable, but this is gonna be very close with the... Okay, he finally decides to disengage. That was just... That... Just sometimes when you have like a Drake chasing you, have you seen like that Vine, or not Vine, why am I saying Vine? I'm too old for this. That like Instagram reel, TikTok, whatever you want to call it, whatever the kids call it these days. Of like, hold up, that's a dead Braum. But like the dragon just going down into bot lane and like walking past, or I guess flying past the tower and just continuing to chase the ADC.
No, I haven't seen that.
This was like peak season 14 last year, probably during the summer is when I first saw it. I feel like that's the new mobs here. They just don't ever disengage. They just keep shooting at things.
That was kind of not the best fight for CSU. They kind of trickled in there.
They at least maintained the lead, yeah. They did feed the Varus more, which is not what you want to see.
Well, if there's only one person fed, you know who you have to kill. That's the good news.
That is the good news. The Swain, I would say, is also pretty fed.
Pretty
the problem is you're not killing the Swain at this point.
Oh,
he
no,
has
Swain doesn't die.
items. He has the 2 items he needs to stay alive, and all course he can now outrun you. He can burn you out.
We do see Kha'Zix pick up the Oblivion Orb to try and help counteract that Swain, but he just heals so much, so I'm not sure how much it's gonna do.
It's not gonna do much, no. I mean, didn't they just nerf all of the Grievous Wound stuff too? Wasn't it like 60% to 40%?
Healing is so insane in this game that I never understand why they nerf Grievous Wound.
Because the poor, what's his name? Aatrox players were complaining that they weren't getting enough sustain off of their abilities.
Double Renata R is coming out. Isaac gets more value out of it though. Huge impale. Varus is still up though.
Barely gets out of there. Aqualad somehow still alive. He's gonna end up dying there. Viego claiming that. Unfortunately, Brahm's not very useful in this fight though. He's gonna be able to stall out though. Not for very long. Fortunately though, CSU does not get what they wanted out of that. The Varus is still alive, for one. For two, they lost the, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Otacon? Yeah, Otacon. I said that almost right.
They might get the kill here.
The Kha'Zix is just so thirsty for that. He just really wanted that. He chased him all the way from top lane.
Gold. Big shutdown on the Varus.
Flying Red Tiger really wants this. He could kill this Renata. He's gonna get it actually, yeah, but he could kill the Renata there. He could have died on the Renata, taking the tower. Just
then he would have died to the Renekton right behind.
Yeah.
Best not to get too greedy.
Jason's been struggling a little bit on the econ things here. Not really going for the full split push build here. Started it, didn't continue it.
CSU had a really good team fight start for that Otacon, and then they couldn't find the Varus, and that's kind of where it fell apart.
Yeah, I think just the Varus' damage is so insane with the Viego.
Might be Renata down.
This Renata's been feeding, like,
not been in the best position.
The last 3 deaths they've had has just been really, really terrible.
Well, the previous one during the team fight wasn't too bad. They did get a clean Renata R off. They just didn't find the Jinx with it, so it didn't get much value. The first one I've seen, though, that hasn't been blocked by the Braum.
I honestly think at this point, Kha'Zix spent all of his money. I mean, we can see his build. He went from like having next to nothing to all of a sudden he has 2 full build items. At this point, I don't think, considering his scaling before was already like pretty nasty, we're seeing him build up into just a full-on at this point just assassin Silas.
You should get an inhib off of this.
Might actually, yeah. There's not a whole lot here. I mean,
might see the Swain go down for the first time this game.
Yeah, the Swain gets the shutdown. Jason getting that econ is actually going to be big. I do think Jason needs that just a little bit more.
You might be able to take tower here.
I think this is just GG's.
No, not quite.
CSU's not quite, but I think this is like GG's. Like, there is an 80% chance that CSU just wins this here. It's very hard for them to just lose this at this point. That's simply because the gold lead, the Drakes, 2 armor Drakes on CSU's team is absolutely insane. I mean, the 5 to 6K gold lead is nothing to scoff at.
What is the timer on the next Drake? Three minutes? Okay.
Yeah, they
we
got
see,
time.
if
they
we
got
see
time.
CCC, that's the one. If we see CSU pick up a third Mountain Drake here, I think that's where they go to end after that.
Yeah, probably. Especially if they can force a team fight for the last Drake and win it, I don't think they'll take the Drake. I think they'll just go straight through mid lane and take 2 towers and maybe even finish the game.
Depending on the wave state. Because if your wave's dying to their like Nexus turrets, you're not gonna have a wave to push with.
Yeah.
I think you commit to the Drake more there, because then your wave will be back up by the time you're done with the Drake. Jason might be in trouble here.
He's actually gonna get out of that. He's not gonna get out of that. He wants to die to turret is what he wants to do.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it 15 seconds. That does set up a free Baron for CSU though.
I mean, yeah, you just sent 4 of your players to kill one guy. Don't think that was the wisest decision when you could have sent one just to stall lane.
Jason's like KD doesn't accurately represent how strong Mbessa is at fighting.
Well, the thing is that Jason also just picked up Soji before that. Shoji, is that even the right item?
Spear Sojin.
Yeah, Spear Sojin.
But Mbessa is just such a powerful brawler that you have to commit at least 2, or you're just gonna feed.
Yeah. And it's like, in that sense, once an Mbessa has both Sundered Sky and the Spear, it's just, there's A, that crit damage right off the bat, just immediately going into a fight. But B, the sustain that you peel off of that is just insane. And then, of course, the more damage you take, the longer the more stacks you get on the Spear. It's just, you continue to build more, I forget what it does exactly, but it reduces damage, right? Or it stalls how much damage over time, right?
The Spear? Or
yeah.
No, so every ability you hit, you get like 4% damage, up to 16%.
What's the item that, like, you take damage over time? Because it's another Spear.
Death Dance.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Death Dance is a very good item. It gives you armor, and it also has a very good effect, even if they don't have a lot of armor.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't need the armor, the effect is very good to have.
I see a lot of investors on that item, so that's why I thought that was. My Discord stream's a bit blurry. I think that's my internet.
Death Dance is a very popular item on almost every brawler, like Riven, Irelia, like even.
It on Riven is just disgusting because Riven already has some decent sustain.
It's really good on Aatrox as well, late game, once you have your other like lifesteal items. Big team fight going on, by the way. CSU might have game here depending on if they can find these kills.
Which, that's the second time we've seen Renata R hit Garner after the Spears.
Blind Red Tiger is just melting them right now.
He's actually getting just...
It's just Varus, and that's going to be a triple kill. And the ace, and the
almost
game.
doing the kill on Tiger too, but yeah, that's game. That's game 1, actually. We will be back to game 2, but... That Renekton staying alive was almost terrifying for Flying Red Tiger. That was like, just one Q would have probably killed.
Yeah, if that Q
If only
gets
he got
off.
close enough.
Yeah, if that Q gets
If
off,
only
you
he
get the
invested
kill.
in just a little bit of movement speed. Just build a Garen build on Renekton. Take the dancing blades or whatever it's called.
Look at that Paris damage.
Dancer's blades. Dude, the Mbessa damage was insane too there. 33k, I think is what it was.
Yeah, Mbessa just... It's so good. It's so crazy.
Alright, and we'll be right back for game 2 here shortly. CSU up 1 here. They just gotta win 1 more. And we'll be good to go. Didn't Wukong kind of just get a nerf? Yeah. I don't think we're gonna see Wukong jungle. That would be, at this point, in my understanding, it's not necessarily ruined. It does still have its counter meta. I don't think it counters anything that Beardsweird plays. And if we're playing under Fearless, which I think we are, considering we're seeing Corgi and Amumu, which I mean Amumu, we could see Amumu support. I was talking to Aqualad about it. I hyped it up for him. He might have been considering it, but no, it's probably Amumu jungle. We're seeing the Urgot come out. Yeah. And their last pick here is gonna be probably our support. They probably do have a Hue player. Because I don't think we really see Hue banned a whole lot from CSU. Mill. This could be support. I don't think I've seen Jason play Camille. I know that Aqualad used to play it when Camille support was meta. We're seeing the Nautilus ban. Yeah, we're probably going to not to want to have too many hooks here. The Nami ban, that kind of sucks for the Corki. Not really, actually. There's better enchanters for Corki. Yeah. For us, it's great. For GVSU, it's terrible because Corki doesn't even benefit a whole lot from Nami's kit. The only thing that Corki really benefits from is the movement speed you get from E and maybe Wave. Even then, you don't get the full benefits of E with Corki a whole lot off of Nami because you're using the spray more than you're using the auto.
I think I was muted
The
this
Karma
entire
ban
time.
makes sense. I really hope we haven't been muted the whole entire time.
You weren't muted. I think I was still
Okay.
muted. There's two separate.
There is two separate.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
The Ari ban again. It makes no sense. Kaizik doesn't play Ari. I don't understand.
Ari is very good right now, so I could understand why you don't want to play against it if you haven't been scouting, but
I mean, they're banning other champions that we play, like Syndra, Cassante, Ivern.
well,
a
Syndra's also
character
another
that we
champion
see.
that's like insane right now.
Yeah.
So
Ivern's also insane right now, so I get that. But like,
Ivern's almost
Weird's
pro
Ivern's
ban.
really good.
Yeah. Orianna coming out, by the way.
Yeah, the Orianna coming out makes sense. I think with the Syndra ban, I do think if this, we don't know what the mid laner is, so I think what Kaisik's kind of idea with this is just trying to keep his doors open here. Orianna is pretty flexible when it comes to both building her for different things and whatnot. We're gonna see the Lulu with Zaya.
Not bad.
Makes sense. I don't think Zaya is really that strong right now in terms of ADCs.
Zillion.
That's actually really bad for the
Zillion,
Orianna.
Zillion mid lane.
Actually, it's probably not bad because the early game Orianna is going to be the peel ahead. Zillion's better off support in this situation.
Once Zillion has his QQ like stun combo, though, it is not like the worst thing to have.
No,
Orianna.
and it does scale late game. It does scale late game,
It
like
is
to
gonna be
mid
a
to late
Camille
game.
top, by the way.
It is Camille top, yes. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, what's wrong with Camille?
I would
top?
love to see Camille support come back just because it's funny, but especially when it's no longer meta and they nerfed Camille support. The Rakan with the Corki makes sense actually.
Rakan did just get buffed as well.
Yeah,
For
and
the early
Rakan's kit
levels.
just benefits Corki a whole lot. Second to that, with the Zaya on the other team, we get to have the cool voice lines that he has every single time when Zaya dies.
Yeah.
Like, hello world, I am single now. One of the
God.
best voice lines in the game. I do think Ashe support would have worked with this team a whole lot too. And then if GVSU somehow wins this, I wonder what those fear picks are going to be. Because all these characters and the characters from the first round are going to be banned on top of the bans.
If you're CSU, I think you have a lot more picks to come out. Because we've seen the Cassante Syndra ban both games. We could still... Yone has been kind of not doing as great, but we still have the Yone in the back that we could play.
Yone is probably only going to work with top lane. We do have the Galio if that doesn't get banned again. If Nautilus doesn't get banned, we have that as a strong pick for our support alongside like literally any ADC that Flying Tiger can play. They haven't been targeting our ADC. There's
a lot of ADC options pretty much every game. ADC is in a pretty weird spot right now where it was incredibly powerful. I feel like it's weaker than it was a few months ago, but still very strong.
If they, by some miracle, don't ban Ivern, we have the Ivern, we have Lilia, we have our weak picks, Zyra jungle. We have our troll pick, Ashe jungle, that we've seen once last semester.
We could see a Lilia jungle. We do play Lilia occasionally.
Lilia is still very strong right now, and Beard's Weird doesn't necessarily like Lilia's kit the most, but it's an optimal and practical character. So.
Lilia's a very good team fight character, so if you want to go a more team fight heavy route, you could go for like Lilia Galio and just absolutely
trying to figure out top lane wise. I feel like Jason plays everything top lane. The only thing he doesn't play top lane are range top laners.
Yeah, we got Cassandra.
Ornn's also pretty weak this patch. But the great thing about Ornn is, what if Ornn just kind of, is allowed to exist for long enough, and CSU's allowed to exist and stall for long enough for them to just start getting those Ornn items?
My question is, when do we play Akali support? That's the real question.
Never.
Why not?
It's terrible.
Oh, and your other 30 options you've been given aren't?
What, like Kindred support?
Yeah, like Kindred support, like Renata mid.
Renata mid.
Kindred support is horrible. I will never let you talk me into saying that it isn't horrible.
You just farm kills and you get stacks for free.
That's how you play Akali support. You just sit back.
I don't understand how Akali works, so that's
what do you
on
mean?
me.
She's like the easiest assassin in the game.
No, Evelyn is, for being honest.
She's a fake assassin.
You walk up, you press E, you press Q 3 times, and you walk away.
That's all you do on Akali. You just press E. If you hit them, you go in. Then you press Q. Then you back up, and then you hit them, and then you press R, and then you press R again. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but Akali's kit looks more intimidating. That's why new players don't play her.
Easy.
You want to talk about characters that are easy? Fuck.
Whoa.
Ari support. Caught it. Didn't say it. Thought it. Didn't say it. Almost did it.
Now.
Ari support is pretty brain dead.
Well, Ari support is just worse Nico support.
Basically, which Nico support isn't even viable.
Nico support was really annoying when she first got buffed, and they changed her W, because you could
remember the patch when they buffed Fiddlesticks, and then everybody started playing Fiddlesticks support, and then they reverted the buffs the next week.
Man, Fiddlesticks, I think Fiddlesticks is kind of undervalued right now. He's a very good AP option if you need to get AP out of your jungler. If you've got a Galio mid lane and you need AP somewhere else, and they ban out Lilia or something, I think
Yeah.
Fiddle could see play.
Fiddle jungle is really hype. I really like Fiddle jungle. He has some really good assassin opportunity. He does
still
insane
has a
damage.
very good clear as well. It's not as
His
insane.
kit's meant for the clear.
Yeah, it's not as insane as it has been in the past. Like when he first got reworked, his clear was absurd. But since the jungle changes, his clear has gone a little bit down, but it's still very good.
There was a Grandmasters player from Japan that played Fiddlestick's top lane too that I thought was very funny to watch.
I've seen a Fiddlesticks mid build where you build, I think it's Frozen Heart into Spirit Visage, and you're like a tank Fiddlesticks build. It's not
I could see that working.
insane, but it's decent. It's because his R has so much base damage. Like without any multipliers, it does
Galio,
1,000.
but Galio gets banned.
Yeah. Fiddlesticks R, I think its base number is 1,000 if you hit the entire ult on someone, like without the fear, which is very good early. Like level 6, 1,000 is like almost all of someone's health bar, and if you have like Ignite plus the fear off the Q and the W, you're killing someone with that. Like you don't need the extra damage from items.
Now hear me out. Alistar mid is actually pretty based.
Just play Alistar top.
He's not very good on top, unfortunately. He gets outbrawled very easily.
He's not very good in mid lane either.
Until you play the mind games. You set up ganks for your jungler. You feed your jungler and you just sit on their tower. It's great.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually terrible. I don't think anyone's won a game with Alistar mid, but it's funny early game when they try to just destroy you and then you just shove them in the tower and watch them die.
What other weird stuff have I seen?
I've seen Thresh mid, and we actually won that game. I don't know how it worked, but they just kept dragging the
top is much better than Thresh mid, but Thresh mid can also work.
I forget who they were up against on mid. It was what's her name? She's LeBlanc. That's her name. The teleport girl, right?
How do you lose to a Thresh as LeBlanc?
She kept getting hooked into the tower.
You have just like you have the easiest hook dodge of all time.
Listen, it's low elo. People don't know how to dodge in low elo.
You know what makes me really upset? It's Vex, because Annie used to be the go-to like easy like caster to play. Now everyone plays Vex, and it makes me really upset because Vex counters every single character I play, and I have to ban Veigar because Veigar also counters every single character I play.
I don't think I've seen a single Vex.
You haven't? There's so many Vexes. It's crazy.
Like I've seen Vex mid, yeah. Vex mid.
Vex's kit is like really good against everyone I play. Because I play Akali, I play Aurelia, and I play Kennen. And she just like fears me off of every single ability. It's crazy. The only
I haven't seen a whole lot of Vexes.
Only champion I play that Vex doesn't hard counter is Aurelion Sol, but he's still good, but he's definitely not the best. I haven't played him as much since his rework. I used to be a big Aurelion Sol fan when he had his stars. I liked his play style. Now he's kind of whatever. He's a dragon guy now.
Yep, just a dragon.
He's basically just Smolder. AP Smolder.
Hear me out. Instead of Smolder gaining stacks over the course of the game, let's just start him at 300 stacks, and every single time he uses an ability, he loses 1 stack.
Oh, so he gets worse as the game goes?
Yeah.
So he's basically just Elise?
So, like, he's super good early game, and then he's just useless late game. So, like, you want to win the game mid-game. He's like a mid-game Canyon.
Oh, that's not the right one.
We're finally starting here. Yes, we are.
Oh, crap.
We also don't have the overlay up.
Yeah, just trying to figure that one out.
It's in OBS.
There we go.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, and then hide the thing. Yep.
Yep.
There we go.
30 seconds until minions spawn. 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 30 seconds until
And we're good. We know Beard's Weird knows where Rando is. Just simply based on how he's acting. He now knows where Urgot is too, which is huge information.
Minions have spawned.
Why are the names not up? Oh, hold on a second.
Alright, we're getting started here on mid. We are seeing... Guys kind of get a slow start there. Trying to just kind of contest Zillion space. Get the farm off early. We are seeing Jason just say, nah, Urgot, you're gonna have to die, buddy. Unfortunately, just the machine gun Urgot is just super good early. Jason's gonna have a hard time on top lane there. Flying Red Tiger doing pretty good on the Corki. And the Zaya not doing so hot right now, missing all of their feathers. They are going to be ahead though of CSU, mainly because they did get to lane a little bit earlier. We are going to see Isaac's there get ahead, and the Zillion I think is important here. The Wukong is going to have a faster clear than a Mumu here. Mumu is cleared not too fast.
Yeah, I'm not a Mumu expert. That's you, so you got that one.
A Mumu's a bit slow on first clear. Once you get your first, like usually Bammy Cinder is where you start to really pick up.
I feel like that's how a lot of tanks are. It depends on the kit, but most tanks have that Bammy Cinder power spike.
Yeah, once you get to level 3 with the Mumu, your clear increases substantially. I think the big thing is like figuring out where to use your ribbons a whole lot as well can help with the first clear a whole lot. Starting with Raptors, surprisingly, is actually where you want to start with a Mumu.
That's a lot of the more bulky junglers, especially when they don't have a leash. I see like Skarner and Kayn, I know, start Raptors. I believe Kindred starts Raptors now. It's the optimal path.
You can either start Raptors or you start Red Buff and you just jump over the wall with Q into Krag.
Krugs?
Krugs, yeah, whatever they're called.
Crag?
The crabs.
They're not crabs.
They're hermit crabs.
They're rock golems.
They live under rocks. They live under rocks. They live
rocks.
like crabs. They're hermit crabs.
They are the rocks. They don't live in rocks.
They're hermit crabs. All right, Jason here, actually winning against the Urgot all of a sudden. I don't know how that happened. Through patience and perseverance, most likely. Urgot was probably standing in the middle of the wave. It just had the minions whittle him down over time. The sad part is that Jason's behind on CS because of that, most likely.
Yeah, Urgot.
Oh, we're seeing the lane swap. What is going on?
CSU picked up on that already, by the way.
I mean, like, it would be funny if they just sent the Lulu to top by themselves and just the Zaya existed on bot lane for a minute, because I've done that in a few games.
Their
Just
Lulu's
taking
Rush, Kraken, Slayer.
Yeah, just taking people by surprise, but yeah, no, that's a dead Lulu. Maybe not. Flying Red Tiger doesn't take the opportunity to charge in and take probably like a third of their health. Yeah, Zillion doing good work there to kind of space out the Orianna.
Bandage toss. And then we get a flash on the second one.
You can still catch this. If he reads the movement, if he goes for it, it should be up now. He's not going to go for it, though.
I mean, you don't want to get too greedy, because until you hit that vision plant, we had no idea where Wukong was.
Yeah. That's another ribbon missed. Oh, you hate to see it. It's weird not having the best.
He's saving him for later, okay?
He did get peeked on by the vision. Zillion did know where he was, so he probably read what was going on. Rando's just chilling there. These ribbons, man.
Oh no.
These ribbons, man.
Aqualad.
It's just not looking good for Beard's Weird right now.
CSU might pick up one here. Oh, the Zillionaire. Oriana already came out here. Flying Red Tiger drops very low. Barrier gonna come out for both ADCs. They're gonna trade. Kaizix might be in a position to clean up here.
He's not
gonna
going
force
to be.
him
He's
back
going to go
off.
back to
Yeah.
farming. Yeah. Aqualad somehow makes it out of there by some miraculous clause.
Yeah, I have no idea how he survived. He had like 200 HP.
He juked. He won around to blue buff and decided to do a U-turn as the Wukong was trying to go find them and just was barely escaped the vision of the Wukong by some miracle. Beard's Weird is actually going to be able to take one of these grubs. He's actually winning this fight. What is going on? Beard's Weird.
Pick up kill on Rando. Kaizik's here to help. Beard's Weird's gonna go down. That's the wrong button. CSU's gonna clean that up though. They
Actually
do-
huge.
They got 2 of those Void Grubs as well.
Dude, Beard's Weird finally landing the ribbons all of a sudden. I think Kaizix is in the background just coaching him on how to play a Mumu.
Yeah, they got the Void Grubs, and then they also got the fight win after that.
Yeah, no, very, very strong there. CSU, that team fight was probably what's going to give them the lead all of a sudden. Kaizix exactly 1 kill, 3 assists. That bounty is going to start looking very delicious to that Zillion. And then, of course, the Mumu with like 2 deaths, but also a kill and assist now.
Amumu is one of those characters, as long as you're not 5 deaths behind, you can still win fights.
Yeah. No, Amumu is very strong in the sense of like just passively. You just need to play him patiently early. He is not an early game champion.
We are going to see a lane swap back, it looks like, as Jason TP's top. Gonna get an engage
I think at this
here.
point, yeah.
Good poke going in there. Now he's kinda
Jason's
getting
not going to have the
bummed out.
sustain he wants,
Yeah.
though. Unfortunately.
If he can get another engage onto that Zaya, though, he might be able to pick up the kill. Zaya's just now hit 6, so maybe not. If you got it before the Zaya hit 6, you might have had the kill with your ultimate.
I think he'll be fine so far, though. He's got the attack damage he needs to get things done. He's got no full build items yet, unfortunately. He is behind, like really far behind on CS.
Yeah, Urgot's kind of spinning. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Urgot is just a big guy.
Urgot's been doing what Kaizix is doing to Zillion right now. That's what I've been trying to say.
I mean, the Zillion's level 8. He's actually not doing half bad. I do think this is actually going to be big gank here for CSU, though. And there it is. The Zaya's going to die. Most likely.
Maybe not. Oh, does go down. CSU went for a dive a few seconds before that. We did miss it, but Flying Red Tiger went down. But they did manage to clean it up afterwards.
We do have Wukong kind of skirting around the outside of Drake here. They've got to know that they're on Drake, though. They see the vision. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Rando has to know that they're on Drake now. They are going to start setting up here. We are going to see Flying Red Tiger come down. They probably want this Drake a lot.
I don't think they're in a position to contest it, though.
No. Whoever gets that Infernal Drake basically kind of just wins the next minute and a half, probably.
You see Void Grubs coming up in 30 seconds here. would like to see potentially an Aqualad roam up to that, but
I think it's important that he stays where he's at right now. Not giving too much read into what CSU's planning on doing at the moment, because we do see a Mumu just immediately walking down there.
we do see the Lulu up there.
Also playing Vision, yeah. Jason's gonna get spotted though. Just gonna kind of hang around though. He wants to have point presence, and I think it's important they stay on point presence here.
Yeah, Aqualad is rotating up to fight this. It's gonna be 4 for both sides on these grubs.
I think the major threat here is actually the Urgot though.
Yeah. Urgot and Wukong are the 2 main targets.
I don't think you have to worry so much about Wukong.
It's mainly just the ult.
Yeah, I think the major thing here is actually killing the Zillion.
Yeah, or at least trying to bait out his ultimate early.
Yeah.
Guys are doing a good job of kind of keeping them off of the grubs.
He is playing around Vision, they have to know. I mean, they destroyed their only source of Vision there, but...
I mean, CSU just got those grubs for free.
There's just no dive there. There's no engage from Grand View, and that's just... I mean, I don't think they really have anybody that can engage now. I'm looking at their team comp.
It's pretty much just Wukong.
Because Urgot just kind of walks up and exists. He's not really someone to engage. He just kind of exists.
They needed to, if they wanted to fight that, they need the Wukong to go in with R and then follow up with the Urgot. But I think they were hesitant to fight because they weren't sure if Urgot had the damage to help clean that up. Because with obviously Orianna is going to do more damage in a team fight than Zillion.
Yeah.
So they weren't sure if they quite had the damage to clean that one up. But Jason barely going to dodge that. And now we have Beard's Weird and Aqualad up here to help.
Also a big thing to consider. CSU doesn't have to worry a whole lot about magic resist this fight. We're actually seeing Camille pick up the symbiotic boots, which is not typical. We're also going to see Corky pick those up
those
too.
Are just magical footwear. That's the rune.
Oh, that's the
art.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the. They look. The symbol looks very similar.
They're similar, yeah. These ones are blue and those ones are like more purple. It's hard to tell from just me saying it, but if you saw them side by side, you'd be able to tell.
I'm also watching on a tiny screen.
Maybe you're just
Discord
colorblind.
quality's not great.
You're just colorblind.
Don't say that. You're gonna give me an existential crisis. Apparently, I'm verbally dyslexic too. Zillion schmoovin down to bot lane there. I don't know how he was moving that fast, but he was schmoovin.
And he's got a bunch of movement speed abilities. What do you mean? Got his W. Or his E, whichever one that is.
I don't know either. I don't play Zillion. I just know that he does rewind things.
His Q is his like clock thing. And then it's either his W or his I think his W is a like rewind, like it lowers his cooldowns by so many seconds, and then his E is a speed up or slow down depending on if you use it on them or your allies. And his ultimate is obviously the revive.
Yep.
I think it's really funny that like some of the more recent champions are just like old champions like ultimates, but as a normal ability. Like Renata R or Renata W is just Zillion R. Like slightly worse.
A lot worse, really, but...
Well, it depends on how you use it. Because if you use it on like a Renekton or something, like we saw last fight, there's a high chance Renekton gets a kill or an assist on someone before that 5,000 health decays.
Yeah, Jason's not a very big fan of this Lulu right now.
Zillion ult coming out. Still probably gonna go down here because the turret is gone.
Yeah, that's just a dead Zillion. The sad part is that's going to be a top lane for bot lane trade there.
I mean, you get a kill as well as the bot lane turret, so you're not too upset about that trade.
No. This is still a very close fight. I do think CSU is still winning simply because of the Drake buff, but
They
I
are
think
getting
at this
second
point,
Drake right now, I believe. Yep.
Yep. Ocean Drake, nothing to scoff at. I do think it's going to help
Mountain Soul
a
is
little
still
bit.
low. Mountain Soul isn't
I
as
don't-
good for CSU as it was last game. Still want to get it to deny the Urgot in Wukong, but
Yeah. I think the only person it really helps a whole lot here is the Amumu, unless we start to see Camille. You press the button. Unless we start to see Camille build into more tanky items here, like Sterix Gauge. What else is there? Sundered Sky. I don't think. Does Camille still build Sundered Sky? I don't think.
Sundered Sky is a
does.
very good item, but I don't think you necessarily. I think Death's Dance gets you more value out of Camille.
Yeah, probably.
Because you get the armor as well, and you want that armor, especially in a game like this where Zillion's their only AP.
And at this point, yeah, it's not going to even matter what you do with Camille at this point. They could give this Mountain Drake and still win because they had just got Herald. They got money off of that, and they're now going to get another turret, which is another objective, most likely. I think what Beardbird wants to do is take this top turret and then just drop Shelly down on the next turret. Get 2 turrets for the price of 1 Shelly. No, he's gonna back, actually. He's gonna back.
Interesting. I mean,
I think he's worried about the Wukong. I think he's worried about the Wukong. He doesn't know where he's at right now.
Yeah. That's a fair concern. If you did drop it topside, though, you could have curved it back around to get that mid turret as well. After picking up that one top turret. Jason might be in trouble here. Never mind, Beard's here to help.
Man, Beard's starting to get the build that he needs. He's got Bambi Cinders, he's got Leandries.
That's the wrong button.
We're not really seeing anybody invest a whole lot into boots besides Beard here as well. They're just keeping their little free boots they get from the rune passive.
Big R
Except
by
for
Jason.
Isaac. Yep, it's huge. Surprisingly, we're not seeing anything come out from this Lulu here to try to stop things. They're just trying to run away.
I mean, we did see the Lulu ult come out onto the Urgot. It just wasn't enough to help.
No, I mean, it was just unfortunate, but the Urgot is not in a great position because their first item is an item that's meant to counter tanks and do additional damage.
And,
and there's nobody really
has
tanking
a lack
on
of
CSU.
tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
it
honestly,
helps with Beard's weird. That's about it.
an equivalent item for that in this situation, honestly, I would have either taken Sterox Gauge, or I probably would have gone for something a little bit more oriented for Urgot's build there that does do more damage.
I mean, I believe Black Cleaver is one of the standard first items on Urgot, but I still...
Yeah, it's standard, but
I still think
that's
you deviate a bit here, because it helps you with the Amumu and Camille. But I think
you
Xayah
wouldn't take it as a
has
first
enough,
item, though.
I think Xayah has enough damage early game to deal with them anyway.
Right now, yeah, but in this situation as Urgot, you wouldn't want to take Black Cleaver early because you're laning against the Camille.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
As soon as you pick up Black Cleaver, you're just
I think
cooked.
the Xayah does enough damage that you could forego the Black Cleaver until like second or third item.
I still think second item, it's good, but overall, like, I don't even know what he would want to build on Urgot as a first item in replacement for that other than Sterox Gauge.
Urgot's one of the like 5 characters in this game that I've never played ever.
I used to play Urgot bot lane, the troll.
Man, you're a bad person sometimes, you know that?
I am a bad person, that's the fun part. Let me pull up my old Season 14 bot lane build.
You see Grand Valley picking up this Otacon right now. This is the Voracious one, which is the general consensus better one.
Yeah, so you would either take Sterox
CSU
Gauge as
gets-
first item
oh,
or
not
Spear
quite.
Sojourn.
CSU doesn't quite get the steal on the Otacon.
Almost gets it
Aqualad
off,
gonna go
though.
down.
That's the resurrection there. Jason doing a lot of damage there. He's gonna get out though. He does not want to be involved in that at the moment. The Zaya is a glass cannon though.
And still pick up a kill here though if they're not careful.
That withdrawal was very nicely played there.
CSU didn't quite find the Otacon. It dropped to 23 HP when Kaizix's ult came out, and so close to stealing it. But CSU did get all the, like, I believe all of the Otacon buffs were dropped. So this would just be a standard fight here for this Drake.
Yeah, I think an item that I'd want to see there. I think an item that I'd want to see this Urgot take is actually Ravenous Hydra. I think it would benefit a lot the situation. The lifesteal, the cleave, all of that would benefit the Urgot a whole lot here. Especially working with Black Cleaver. The cleave would just
Urgot is kind of running CSU down right now.
I mean, shoot. I should stop talking then. Still, I think Ravenous Hydra as the second item here with Black Cleaver would make this Urgot do a ludicrous amount of damage and sustain. Especially with that cleave ability being on a 5-second timer. Just start spamming that well in the middle of, team fight. You're gonna start doing a lot of damage, you're gonna get a lot of lifesteal out of it. It's just win-win.
We do see Grand Valley pick up that Mount Drake as well, and game is getting closer. TSU had a 5k gold lead a few minutes ago, but after the Otacon in the Drake, down to about 1.5.
Yeah, and I think the major thing here is that I don't think losing the Armor Drake is that big for CSU. I don't remember seeing what the next Drake's gonna be.
It's a Mountain Drake as well. It's gonna be Mountain Soul.
2 Mountain Souls back to back. That's 2 games in a row that we've seen that.
Yeah, the way the Drakes work is the first 2 are random, and then every remaining Drake will be the same Drake, and it can't be one of the first 2. So like we got Ocean and Infernal as our first 2, so it can't be Ocean or Infernal Soul, but it can be Mountain, Wind, Hextech, or what's the last one? The Poison one, whatever it's called.
Chem.
Yeah,
Chem
that one.
So that means we're only going to see Mountain Souls from here on out.
Yes. Mountain Drakes, yeah. Until someone gets Mountain Soul, at which point it'll become Elder Dragon. Let's see a scuffle go down here. Huge engage by Aqualad.
The charm was just amazing there as well. That's just going to be a double kill right off the bat. Nothing that they could do about that.
And Urgot is not here, and CSU can kind of just run him down because of that. Zaya's laying down a lot of damage right now, though. He just gets separated from the Wu and gonna go down. Kaizix drops very low to that turret shot.
He's going to get a little bit of a kiss there from Rakan just to heal him back out of like 5 HP.
Yeah, great engage by CSU there.
We still haven't seen Shelly come out, have we?
What? Shelly?
Rift Herald.
No.
It's got to be on like 30 seconds at this point, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think CSU used it.
Unless it like instantly died. We haven't seen it getting used yet, have we?
I think they just didn't. Did they get?
Because
did they get?
Once
the
it expires,
Rift
it immediately gets used. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I don't remember it coming out. And they might have used it mid lane. It's the only tower I see that's gone that was there.
Am I blind? Did it just get killed like super fast? They pop it in like that river fight, and we just didn't notice.
Is there a way I can pull up the chat?
Go to Beard's Weird. Oh, you could just do that.
I can't scroll, but
go to Beard's Weird and see what he's holding.
Hold on a second. He doesn't have.
No, he doesn't have
has
it.
the Oracle. You can see on the bottom part.
Did he sell Shelly?
You can't do that.
Where did it had to have been popped in that river scuffle, and it just died really quickly. It had to have been. That's the only time of which I would have seen it getting popped. I'm so confused. Did we just miss Baron getting popped?
Baron?
Or not Baron, Harold getting
Yeah.
popped? I mean, CSU's not doing half bad still. They are regaining their lead slowly. We did win boots, and I don't think I've seen an A team lose easily when they get the boots.
I think
special
I think the win rates when you have boots are like 60-some% right now,
Yeah, it's like 66.
which is absurd. I know people were upset when they introduced bounties because they didn't like the comeback mechanics, but I think the feats of strength are just very overtuned as they sit currently, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the only one that's balanced right now is the Ionian boots, and that's it.
The Ionian boots kind of stink, so
The buffed Ionian boots are great, though.
the only time I ever build those is in Earth. I build them on Riven, so you get your stun on like a slow enough cooldown that you can perma-stun someone. It's really funny.
Yeah, I see it a lot on supports. I see it a lot on, like, mid laners that are more CC-oriented.
If you're gonna pick up this third Drake here, we'll be one away from solo after they get this.
We're also gonna get a fair amount of money from it. Oh my, Beardsbeard in trouble.
Here comes Organar. Xayah drops very low. Xayah gonna go down mid-ult.
Jason gonna claim that Lulu. Aqualad's in a lot of trouble there. Yeah, there we go. Jason's gonna take... Yep, the Urgot is dead because of that ult, really. There's not a whole lot Urgot can do against that.
Jason continuing to extend here.
Gonna take a lot of turret damage there, unfortunately. I do think it's better for them to peel back at this point. Just leave Kha'Zix to do his own thing. I think Kha'Zix can probably 1v3 and survive, for being completely honest. He's gonna back, actually. Beardsbird's gonna go for this blue buff and go.
The great fight for CSU there. It looked a little dodgy when Beardsbeard got engaged solo, but he managed to somehow survive with the help of the Rakan peel from Aqualad. And
I mean, Aqualad quite literally sacrificed himself
the
there.
Aqualad CC there was insane. Xayah dropped very low and died in her ult to, I believe it was the Storm Surge from Kha'Zix. I think that's the only thing that would hit her while she's in her ult.
Most likely there, Lulu and... Yeah, they're just chilling there. Really wanting to get this Rakan all of a sudden.
I mean, I'd be upset too if Rakan did that to me last fight.
Xayah is also getting very aggressive here. CSU could take that to their advantage.
Oh, not
Oh,
right.
Beardsbeard wants Xayah so bad.
Here's the Aqualad. Couldn't quite find the kill on the Wukong there with the Rakan CC. That's going to be the kill on the Wukong, though. Insane burst from the Orianna R. That
Flashed
bandage just
out
went
of the
through
bandage.
Urgot.
He flashed. He flashed like literally the frame that would have hit him too.
CSU might be able to push on Baron here.
I don't think it's a... They are going for it, actually.
I mean, Amumu can solo Baron at this point, and with the help of the Corki damage, they can take this relatively quickly.
He doesn't have enough items to solo it, actually. It would take forever, and the enemy team would just walk up on him. The quirky damage helps substantially, though. We're going to see that empowered recall get used immediately there by 3 of them.
Gonna see Kaizix pick up the empowered boots.
Corky picking up Noon Quiver. Kaizik's picking up Light. That's terrifying, actually. More armor pen. Not what you want to see an Orianna pick up. Or Magic Pen, yeah.
The armor pen Orianna is a build I haven't seen yet, but I'm always excited to see it.
Magic resist penetration. Not something you want to see if an Orianna has Storm Surge and Luden's Companion, because that's just going to start lasering you.
Have you ever seen the Nashor's Tooth Orianna build?
And please stop.
It's actually not bad, because her pass is really good with attack speed.
That's like me putting the Shore's Tooth on Volibear bot lane support and just going for objectives.
Nashor's Tooth Volibear is really good, though. You build Nashor's
It is
Tooth
really good.
and then you just kill everyone.
Yeah, you don't even kill anybody. You just go and just take towers and then run away.
Well, Hullbreaker is actually a really underrated fighting item since they've changed it slightly. It's still really
It doesn't
good
do
for
as much as what
towers.
people think it does, yeah.
What? A key item on Irelia, and it's insane on Irelia because every like third attack you just do like 200 damage extra, and it's kind of crazy.
Aurelia is
Grand
just busted
Valley.
in general.
Yeah, Grand Valley dropping very low here.
Jason also taking a little bit of heat there. Otherwise, CSU's, ready to rumble.
Probably
They
gonna be
could
able to
just dive
pick up
2 towers.
yeah 1 tower here, and then once they have the wave, they can pick up the middle tower as well.
Jason with the lethality there. Actually, that's not even lethality. They didn't pick up the Hydra that I thought they did. They picked up the Hydra I told Urgot to pick up. Jason, are you watching stream? Are you hearing me?
Urgot actually picked up Jack Shows, which isn't a bad option. Helps you
No, it's not a
survive.
bad option in this situation. If they wanted to be doing more damage, though, the Ravenous Hydra would have been what you should have gone for.
Well, I don't think Jaxos is a bad option for more damage because CSU doesn't have like any insane enchanters where they're going to be regenerating hundreds of health and getting tons of shield where you need that burst damage from Hydra. But the Jaxos let you lay down more damage over the course of the fight before you go down.
The thing is that everybody else on his team is super squishy, with exception of the Wukong.
I think that's why you go Jaxos, because you need
Yeah.
someone to tank damage.
Oh, no. Well,
You
you
didn't
got a
see
little bit of a
anything.
spoiler.
You didn't see anything. Maybe
I saw everything.
Maybe Grand Valley gets like a crazy fight here or something, and they take 5 towers and end.
You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen.
The Grand Valley's gonna Urgot's gonna 1v5, take 7 towers, and win the game.
We're 3 minutes behind, right?
Yes.
I have a feeling GVSU is gonna try to set up on Baron before it spawns. That or CSU is just gonna push very far forward.
Yeah, I think CSU just pushes forward here and kind of pressure them into the game.
I think a skirmish in jungle is probably the most optimal thing for CSU to pull here, so it's probably what they're going for, because they are just kind of lingering across this wall here.
I mean, once they have super minions in 2 lanes, so once those waves push up, they can kind of just force fights in those lanes, and they'll probably win. Or they could just pick up a kill on Urgot, and that would also win them the game. Urgot's
that's
kind
what
of the
Jason
only
wanted to
real problem. Xayah has been doing a lot of damage, but hasn't been able to find the kills.
And she got 8 kills. It's not bad. She just ends up trading more than half the time for them.
Oh my
No, I think
goodness,
the big
that
player here
Orianna
right now is
damage
actually
is
the Orianna.
insane.
Yeah. The big player right
Big
now is
Zillion's
Orianna.
done.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. This Urgot's just dead.
Urgot's full HP, what are you talking about?
He's going to die very quickly. He's
Wukong
already at
died
half
very
health.
quickly.
He's already at half health. Jason does not want this guy escaping at all. He's taking up so much space. He's 1v3ing and winning. Okay, he's no longer winning. I mean, CSU just wins this. This is just immediately just
Yeah,
bloodbath.
Beerswood's too big to kill right now for for the team comp that Grand Valley has.
You get close to him, and it's just like he starts shredding you with his AP because of the Abyss. What's it called? Abyssal Mask.
Which one? Yeah,
The
Abyssal
Abyssal
Mask.
Mask.
Yeah.
Just reducing your magic resist anyways, and he's just full AP build right now. So it's just Leandri's just slowly burns you to death just by being near him.
Yeah, look at that Oriana damage. Perfect.
It's just
38,000
just
exactly.
Crazy.
I think that's it. We have
Isaac's carried both games.
Yeah.
Isaac's literally carried both games.
Zaya,
I mean, like,
Zaya did a lot of damage. Just 10 kills isn't bad for like the total team kill. You want to see more final hits, though, I believe.
like Jason first game did very, very good in team fights and did like the most of the damage in the team fights. But like Kaizak's genuinely carried both these games here. Beard's Weird just getting the good ganks on the first game was fantastic.
Jason found his groove in the second half of the game. He was kind of getting bullied pretty early in that game.
Oh, that's because it's Camille versus Urgot. Urgot's just
Yeah.
a big dude. You can't really do much against Urgot early game when you're not a
even
tank.
early game, I believe he started like 0-2-1 and then finished the game 3-2-5 or something along those lines. Just kind of hit that power spike once he got that Sundered Sky online.
Beyond the Sundered Sky, it was also just being able to get the Trinity Force is what really did it for him.
Yeah.
Getting those cooldowns really small, getting the extra damage on hit, getting the attack speed of 33% increase, which for Camille is a lot, surprisingly, if you're able to keep up with the person running from you.
Not a great game by Wukong, I might add.
No, that was just
Not
they couldn't do anything.
almost out damaged by the Lulu is not what you want to hear.
Also, just the fact that like Wukong was just nerfed. We all know this. Like, why would you play Wukong when your clear literally got extended by like 13 seconds and your damage basically got nerfed overall?
His damage is still fine. It's just the clear.
It's fine
the
for
clear
laning.
nerf,
It's
the clear nerf is so big for the jungle that he's still viable in jungle, but he's not like the best jungle champ
I don't
anymore.
think. I think he went from like maybe a high B tier to a low A tier to just completely like he's C tier jungle now.
Well, I
And
think
like C tier is viable. There's counter meta with C tier, but you have to play it very carefully and you have to play it around certain characters. And considering these nerfs just happened, and you have to be careful about these things, we don't know what Wukong counter metas yet.
I think the nerf does hurt him a lot.
It hurts a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
Watching that game, Wukong was fine jungling until like second wave clear. The fact that he couldn't gank either, because Amumu was already ganking.
Yeah. The
and
problem
he was just behind.
was he tried to force objectives early, and he got punished very heavily for it. And then he didn't contest objectives again and just died in team fights.
Like Rando, I'm gonna give you genuine advice here. Your play style screams, I play Volibear jungle. Just play Volibear jungle. Like I'm being serious. Just play Volibear jungle instead of Wukong. I think your first jungler pick's fine. Volibear jungle, I think, is a better pick than Wukong right now.
I think
it suits the amount of space taking that he wants to make with Wukong.
Yeah, we need to see where Wukong settles after these nerfs. Give it another like week maybe. I doubt he gets nerfed again. I doubt he gets buffed again in that time. So
I think the big thing is just seeing like where the pros, if the pros even play Wukong, where they play him at. Because again, I think
you're looking for the counter picks basically.
Yeah,
you're looking for like, oh, he's super good against like random character. Play him against random character.
Like, for instance, I think he would counter Kindred. I think he would probably counter.
He'd be okay against Kindred. If you want to counter Kindred, you just play like Lee Sin.
Lee Sin. I think he would probably counter Warwick. I think that's about it. Yeah. I think that's about it, really. That's the only thing I have in my mind right now.
If you time your knock-up correctly on Wukong, I believe you can cancel his ultimate on you.
I think that's about it, really. for Wukong right now. I mean, as far as like clear stuff, maybe Shaco. You could mess around with Shaco a little bit.
Shaco kind of stinks, so
He's not great right now, but he's still
very
decent in
bad
jungle.
right now.
He's not very bad right now.
He's very bad right now because the problem is, what do you build assassin and you don't one shot anybody after 20 minutes. You build a AP and you don't do any damage to anyone if they don't like follow you. It's like,
see, that's the thing, is that with Shaco, people don't realize you're supposed to sit there and play for the duration. Some of the best Shaco players play with Leandri's Lament or Blackfire for a reason. It's because they're there to mess with you. They're not there to win.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shaco is not good because his playstyle right now, Shaco playstyle is not win the game, it's make their time miserable. So I think they need to change Shaco. Don't
No,
buff
that's
him, just
exactly
change him.
that's lore accurate Shaco though. If we're
What do
being
you mean
completely
lore
honest
accurate?
here.
He doesn't have
It's the
lore.
lore accurate
He doesn't have
Shaco.
lore.
He doesn't have lore, but if he had lore, that would literally, like, think about it. Think about some of the just things that he does in his kit, and
Okay.
some of his like small little tee hee hee hee. Look at me, like he's basically like Mr. Meeseeks.
Oh god.
He is there simply to make your time just not fun. He's a clown.
Okay.
He does the opposite of clown things. He's not there to make you have fun. He's there to make you have a miserable time.
No, he's there to have fun. He's not there to make the other people have fun.
Alright, well, that's it for tonight's
Yeah.
league stream.
I think,
We should probably raid the Overwatch 2 stream here.
yeah, how do I do that?
Go back into the Twitch panel.
There is no Twitch panel.
Open up Firefox.
Huge.
There we go. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. We have... I hope the stream's not ended yet, but we have a game on main. Actually, tomorrow's Rocket League Day. Right, Rocket League Day, Wednesday.
Rocket
That's not always going to
League.
be stuff. But we have 2 Rocket League games tomorrow against Musk and Gum and Ashland. Musk and Gum, kind of a rival of ours in certain things. I don't think their Rocket League team's that great. From what I hear, Ashland does have a decent standings in the bracket for NACE, so we could see a decent skirmish there. Don't quote me on the Musk and Gum things. I don't know for sure what their team's stacked like, because they are typically like kind of one of our rival schools, but we are also very stacked with Rocket League, so I don't know. I think we'll win Gleck, no problem with Rocket League. NACE is a bit more of a stronger bracket for us to compete in,
Yeah.
I think. So I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the more skirmishes. I don't know what we're seated in NACE. I do know that Ashland is
I don't
seated
know if
pretty
we're
high
seated
though.
in anything.
You gotta look at the
I
schedule.
I just work here, man.
I just work here, man. But yeah, no, they should be really exciting Rocket League games, especially if Musk and Gum's better than I'm saying that they are. Right now they're just terrible because they're our rivals, and I want to see them suffer.
Grr. Beat 'em, CSU. Woo.
Ashland's always had a decent program, from what I understand. So, and then Thursday we're also gonna have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate NACE against Ashland.
We have stuff all
So,
week. Just come back
yeah.
like
Just
7
come
o'clock all
back.
week.
6 p.m. tomorrow, 7 p.m. all week. Basically, you'll find something. All right, let's get this raid on for
I'll
Overwatch
send
2.
you on to Overwatch 2.